Let's go! Because apparently my free day I will have to use it for some dumb things. I'm not getting so used to how you look now that Paimon can't even remember what you look like without the chaplet, Sorush. Paimon seems to recall some baldness at the top of your head and haughty disposition. But Paimon didn't expect you to get the chaplet so easily, though it was mostly thanks to our help, hehe. But mention the trifles of the past no more, Payflower. The thing over here is important, the reason why we were able to claim the chaplet so easily was because I'm a parai worthy of the twin horn chaplet. Hence, everything fell into place as it was meant to be. Perhaps I was ready to bear this crown from the day of my birth. Hehe, bragging loudly, I see. Elder servant, what brings you here? Just seeing if our newest Bloomguard is fulfilling her duties. Duties? Oh no, did you think claiming such a title will bring you nothing but fame and fortune, Sorush? Impossible, I am no parai of rank ignorance. The duties I have not been neglected. Indeed, I have also performed the necessary feats to be worthy of my accolades. Though the flashing flame might steal your attention, a gradual trickle of enduring devotion may also be worthy of praise. Ugh. In the time you have spent away from us, there have been countless parai who, though unable to ever gain the title of Bloomguard, still contribute to our greatest community with quiet dignity. Ugh. I thought that you would perform some deeds that would prove your worthiness of the title of Bloomguard. As it turns out, however, it seems you are just being idling about. Hey, saying she does nothing is going too far, so she's already pretty great, right, Lumine? Sure is. Well, I mean... Lumine, stop being so strict. I did not mean to neglect my duties. It's just that responsibilities of a Bloomguard weren't fully detailed by the Order of Skeptics. It is a parai tradition after all. Trying to learn it from humans is pure folly. Though you have earned the approval of Varena, you remain a young parai. In times like this, it is best to be direct and consult me for guidance. Ask for your guidance directly, Elder, but no, the chaplet possesses a great deal of knowledge. I need but contemplate for a moment before I am greeted with answers. But Servan is right here. She even said that if we have questions, she will answer. We don't even need to go hunting for details anymore. From Paimon and Lumine's deep adventuring experience, chances like this are pretty few. You will regret not taking this opportunity. Oh, dude, it was like this. On my job, see, something happened. I doubt not my elder's sincerity. It's just I heard the Order of the Skeptics say that only the answers one finds themselves are worth any merit. Is that something someone else told you as well? The Order of Skeptics even constantly makes mistakes in its official documents. Yeah, do you really think the Order of Skeptics is more trustworthy than those servant? Indeed, you offer truth in your insights. Just the party, play floater. I am no longer the Surush from before. With the Varena approval, I must act with maturity and live up to the title of Bloomguard. And a servant, elder servant. What are the exact obligations that a Bloomguard must fulfill? I beg of you to enlighten me. Though I have been neglectful in the past, I will do my utmost now to remedy my failings. Wow, Paimon didn't expect Sorush to be so obedient. What happened? Paimon feels a little touched. Haha, well, your words give me confidence. The Bloomguard duties are vast, and may take days and nights to recall in their totality. However, considering that you have spent far more time with the humans than those of your own kind, let's start with something simple. Ooh, I like the colors. As for all those who bear the title of Bloomguard, extraordinary competence and keen insights are necessities. I already prepared 6 training tasks with 3 meant to test flying skills, and the other 3, well, they will send Sorush to clear out some potential threats. This training sounds kind of familiar. Nah. Sounds familiar? It is familiar. Isn't this just something we do all the time? Enough talk, Floater. As long as I've successfully finished these missions, my elder must concede that I'm worthy and prepared for the mantle of Bloomguard. Though it sounds simple, these are all tests delivered onto me by my elder. I must unleash my fullest effort when dealing with them. Very good, very good. Conveniently, Sorush Sentapari and her companion are here. There's a task you can help her successfully complete. It is no hard matter, though, as you know, Sorush has been close with the Order of Skeptics and humans, while drifting further from pirate traditions. I would like to ask you to serve as an audience and listen to Sorush recount the past. A Bloomguard should naturally be able to speak of historical events. Yes, oh no! Of course. If all we need to do is hear Sorush tell a story, it does sound pretty simple. Then I leave this to you too. As for the training that Sorush must complete by herself, I will let her know momentarily. You two merely need to accompany her. In the Recollector's path, you must help Sorush follow Servant instructions to discover her role as a Bloomguard. When each stage of the Recollector path begins, Sorush must listen to Servant teachings and then go to a specified site to undergo 2 trials, before engaging in a short summary after passing said trials. Let's go! Planned out how to do these things. This is the sign that the Elder has favored me. That the party of Lauder bear witness to my heroic feats. Yeah, sure dude. During the tranquil trail, Sorush will need to use the Niroda fruit and the curious scattered nearby to pursue your uninvited guests. During the trial, Sorush can throw out an unlimited number of Niroda fruits. As these fruits hit different curios, various effects will be triggered that will affect the nearby uninvited guests. When the situation gets too cluttered, you can use analysis to summarize the specialties of the various curious and uninvited guests, and thus figure out a way to drive them out. Expel, destroy, no more than 20 fruits thrown. Oh dude, it was moving. So attract their attention. Okay. Nice. Oh, the box is unpowered. Come on. Nice. Bloom, 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 bloom. Let all of them be this simple.
The air is just right.
I know, right, Andrew? The air is just right. Bloom. During the Rainforest Reminiscence Trials, Sorush can use memory fragments to check important reminiscence. You must assist Sorush in finding the correct location to complete said reminiscence. When you read the correct location, use the memory fragment to match the reminiscence with the actual site to complete it. After the trial starts, the time will start ticking down. Once it finishes doing so, Sorush will receive a hint to help her find the correct location. Is this the last stop for our first day? We are pretty familiar with this place, seeing how we have been here plenty of times. If the playflower is so confident, they will not swap roles with me. I will play the audience with you be the speaker. Yeah, let's give it a try. Here comes Paimon. The place before us, covered with clovers and flowing water, is the Borukasha Oasis. This place doesn't have right. This place is infested by the demons of death, and is the home of the Parai. There are many Parai here. The best among them is one called Surban. So you were born here too, right? Though you were different from the other Parai. For example, while the other Parai only sound kinda weird when they speak, they sound really weird. You all came from the same waters, but why is it that only you are so strange? Hey! Pam not lying. When you were speaking to the Order of Skeptics, your words were kinda weird. Well, the skeptics themselves sound weird too, so there's that. Maybe Paimon thought all the other Parai were going to be exactly like you. In fact, Paimon was worried about that until we finally got to the Burkasha Oasis and met Sorban. Then we found out that only you are like, how should Paimon put this? You have a particular way of speaking to the Order of Skeptics, right? It seemed that the Order of Skeptics had too much of an influence on her. I will not deny that. Seeing as you have no objections, Paimon will keep going. There is a big stump in the Borukasha oasis. Pale Floater, you absolute... Is the harvest Pakatumnum in the Borukasha oasis? Man, this parai named Shira mouthful, and it totally is a big stump, isn't it? Paimon remembers you saying that the stump is also a god, and that the parai have a deep relationship with it. Though these are indeed the facts, letting the floater describe them will be too unflattering. I shall resume the role of the speaker. Alright, but Paimon thought she was making it easy to understand. Regardless, 500 years ago, our great god gave all to quell the disaster afflicting this place. As such, all the Amrita here is the last gift from the divine. Nourished by the Amrita, the harvest both come and the parai emerge. The eldest of the parai and my elder is Orban. My birth came much later, so I was not a personal witness to those events. I heard my elder speak of it, but Elder Orban clearly associated with the Order of Skeptics when they were first established, but after my birth, all contact seemed to be lost between them. Though my elder has long stated the importance of parai traditions, she rarely mentions the past in detail when she speaks with me. Instead, it was the Order of Skeptics who enthusiastically shared the results of their historical research with me and approved of my wish to follow in the footsteps of the divine bird. So after that you slowly drifted away from the other parai and learned your strange way of speaking from the Order of Skeptics? Oh, I suppose that can be seen as correct. Objectively speaking, it sounds like a rebellious phase. A rebellious phase? I heard that humans in the Order of Skeptics mention sometimes about this. They say that the researchers in the forest experience a Satyavada life, or something like that. Is this rebellious phase a similar thing that humans progress through? Yeah, that sounds pretty familiar. Maybe you can think of it as a necessary process of growth. It's not entirely like the Satyavada life thing that the researchers experience. In fact, Paimon's heard that plenty of human children experience it. Generally, kids go through a rebellious phase will resist the care of their parents and try to assert their independence. That's what Paimon's heard anyway. Just like you did. My past had little to do with my present. Wherever can be said, I have now returned to the Borukasha oasis and earned the Barena's favor. You're amazing, Sorush. Never mind, Flower, it means nothing to be patronized by one as immature as you. That's all for today. Yatapari, do you or the Flower wish to ask anything? Speaking of, are the parai and the Aranara related in any way? Why do you ask this? Because the parai and Aranara are both small, but are still capable of the great things. You describe how very important festival Utsava appears to be. I heard my elder mention it once, but only though of it as a little more thought of it as little more than joyful gathering for the Aranara. But if the Aranara have their own day, why do we parai possess nothing of equivalence? I must mention this to my elder. Why do you want a parai festival? Is it because you can't eat lots of tasty snacks during a festival? Of course not. The parai festival should have humans offering their oaths and songs to us, while I get to choose the best singer of the lot. That doesn't sound like a festival at all. Well, not for the attending humans anyway. It's more like a high-pressure competition. But it is an enjoyable celebration for me, yes. Hence, I believe my elder may also enjoy such an occasion. Perhaps Orban is right. For Surush to become a so-called Bloomguard, she might need a bit more training. Nice. So that was the event, guys. No. Yeah, I was like, dude. What? Oh, I have completed but not claimed the rewards. Okay. With their vessel Hollow Mind opening, after completing some of the serpent training assignments, Sorush grows closer to assuming the responsibilities of a Bloomguard. Oh no, I need to complete the dumb main mission. Still. Oh. Why they do that?
Behind schedule.
It's not like it's real life and they are occupied doing something. So dumb. Oh, this character cannot tell you this. Cannot appear because he's waiting somewhere else. Also, the chaplet just grows out of your head. Well, this didn't go as we thought, but guess you are going to you got your twin horn chaplet now, Sarush. You look much more reliable than before. Of course, I am the destined Bloomguard after all. Now I need only offer myself as a sacrifice to extinguish the sign of Apaosha. There you go, ruining our impression of you right away. But since you got the chaplet, Sarush, now we can go find the secrets of Oberyn that thing, right? Paimon remembers Nasayuna saying that we'll need to collect enough of those great songs if we want to perform the rite of his. And then we can pass through the darkness. But who knows if these words can be relied on or not. This is the rite of Chimbat. Now, is this Nasayuna you speak of from the Order? To think that any human remembers that rite, I thought that it had been lost. I did once travel alongside human heroes to cross the darkness through the rite and cleanse the impurities, tainting the mother tree. Hey, looks like he wasn't mistaken then. But then that happened. I was the only who personally used the Varena to repair the seal that held the darkness at bay. Later, I was the one who fused the strongest Varena collected there into 5 great songs, which I used to purify the land. The skeptics should not have knowledge of the great songs' existence if they relied merely on their traditional records. Maybe Nasayuna just that interested in researching documents. Maybe there are some documents he found elsewhere that you don't know about Sorban. That will make him all the more suspicious. As I understand it, there are indeed others who would be interested in the great songs. Ooh, don't tell me he's a beast mage guy. All the same, with you there, I believe such small matters will be no obstacle. If in any case, Sorush has only just obtained the chaplet and could not collect enough Varena. If we wish to conduct the rite of Chimbat now, we will need the power of the great songs. At that time, after I scattered the monsters that had invaded our sea of flowers, the great songs were scattered across the land. Only one was hidden by me within the waters of the Sunyavata lake here, kept away from future time of need. Now that Sorush has obtained the authority to touch the great songs, you can first go to obtain this one. As for the rest, you shall have to seek them out yourself. Safeguard them well, do not let them fall into the hands of suspicious people. I will also ask you to take care of Sorush for me. Though she may only obtain the acknowledgement of Varena, I fear that wisdom and intelligence have never been prerequisites for becoming a Bloomguard. Can I now go do my dumb mission? Nice. You know why can? Oh, I guess because you have to talk to the same location to the guy. It appears the first part of your training went well. You could say so. Maybe it was a bit too easy for Surush. Then I look forward for seeing her coming performance. Alright, about listening to Sorush tell stories. It turned out that Sorush went through a rebellious phase. Speak no more of this. Anyhow, I have finally shed that stage of my life. The important thing is that I, with my Yasna party and the floater, recalled the story following the birth of the parade, and spoke of the familiars of the forest and their special festival. The fact that we, as parade, do not have such a celebration for our own makes me troubled. Do you not feel the same way, Elder? If it were up to me, we should let humans attend the parade festival, and hear from them the praises they sing to the parade. Afterward, I shall pick the best singer. To my knowledge, Festival Utsava is not a day to be so willfully and wastefully spent. Pamela always thought Sorush's desire to get humans to record her deeds was different from the other parade. Is this also the influence of the order? That is the very reason why recalling the pondering the past is significant. Whatever happens, I look forward to seeing her coming performance. Can I teleport? At least it was not something that complicated of prerequisite. It was just talking and getting out of the way that
Next on the agenda,
dialogue. The first thing
we're way behind schedule.
The intrepid impulse. Sarush must reach the destination within the time limit. The more time Sarush has left upon completion, and the more valiant Corollas she obtains, the higher your challenge score will be. During the trial, get close to glowing reds to borrow their power and sprint forward over a certain distance and temporarily expand your collection AoE for valiant Corollas. Sleep draws fruit also exists with the trials. Within the trials, after being hit by them, Sarush's vision will be briefly disrupted, and the time remaining on the trial will also decrease, resulting in a lower final score. Nice. Nice. Bloom. So far so good. Not that difficult. We're getting some. We qualify for the for some primogems right now. The event of the double The old books is still on, so we're not missing anything that important, I guess.
Next on the agenda, healthy body, healthy mind.
Find the location. The cave with only one. Nice. Wait, Paimon remember this place. We have been here before. It does leave an impression. Where are we again? So Rich brought us to here by bringing us to see Sarvan, remember? Paimon remembered that Harush said that this Winot got healed here because he was unlucky. Though what does it have to do with Harush's training? Does Sarvan actually mean to say, behold Harush, behold the fate of the unfortunate? My elder is no paradise for such idle nature. Back to the topic though, I did not elaborate on the Winot in detail when we passed through here earlier. The catastrophe that caused it should be familiar to you. The one that happened 500 years ago? Indeed, the Winot must have frozen in an instant. As it has been crystallized, its form remains in perpetuity, as if it would start burrowing through the earth against one's own self. This moment will be frozen in time? Oh, Paimon doesn't want to end up like that. You say what happened to the Winot happened in an instant. No, just thinking of it scares Paimon. I won't let that happen. Yeah, Paimon won't let something so horrible happen to Lumin either. Then you should thank us, Parai. During those days of ruin, many species and races, including the Parai, gave their lives, something even things more precious than their lives. Yeah. What? Have I said this before? If maybe our twin got bad, and some deity or the one that caged us use her power to liberate us. Right? Their sacrifices are why we are spared from facing the same irrevocable fate. And just so I was not here to witness the catastrophe, when this land faces danger once again, I must take action. Then, from what you are saying, this Winot is older than you are, which should also make it your elder. However, it will not be returning to life. It has been sealed in the crystallized state for centuries. Perhaps the only fate that awaits it is gradual dissolution. With how severe the loss of life was during the catastrophe, the Winot, like countless other unfortunate souls, were frozen at the moment that calamity struck. But many others suffered even graver fates than this poor fool before us, for they had already worn away beneath the grinding passing of time itself. To this day, nothing remains of them, not memory nor memorial. Ooh. This one before us only lingers because of its immense size, and the fact that it has been hidden away in this cave from the glaring eye of the sun and lashing winds, thus the intactness of its condition. However, no being on this land can overcome time. Not even remains and husk will endure. One day there will be nothing left of it either. That sounds kinda sad, not having any trace that shows you lived once. The records left here by the humans should have something related to the Venus. I presume such a thing is rare for humans, no? From what I heard my elders say, aside from the order, there were also researchers from the forest here seeking inquiry. Though some humans believe that the second Venus is a complete state of the quicksand eel, because such theories and assumptions makes one worry for the contents recorded by these humans. Okay, the weekly enemy is the elder brother of these things. That information is not reliable at all. Think these records are obviously false, yet you still enthusiastically found a human to serve you as your Jasnapati. Maybe before this crystal is entirely corroded, the poems and those dedicated to you will have changed beyond our recognition. Maybe the Bloomguard mentioned in the oaths might not be pink or cute, but instead have a rough but reliable exterior, a mild and respectful personality, and act with rationality and calmness, That sounds a lot like the idealized image of a guardian. But that sounds nothing like you, Sorush. Absolutely not. Wait, I believe I understand what my elder desires. She must be reminding me to find a better way to record my deeds. My elder does possess foresight indeed. I must offer her my deepest thanks. Paimon doesn't think she meant that. To become the responsible thingy dude. Talk to Sarvan again. So I just do many things, talk to Sarvan. Many things, talk to Sarvan. So he can begin to grow, or we begin to grow. Looks like you successfully completed your training. Oh, we got it done, but... Oh, Sorush. After seeing that crystallized Gwenut, she said with real sincerity that even though it had existed for centuries, one day it will still disappear without a trace. And then immediately afterward, when Wynne mentioned that her oaths might be distorted as well, her mood changed instantly. But of course, my deeds, the deeds of us Parai, should be eternal. How can such a thing be compared to that which might part into dust and ash? If something cannot be recorded properly, then there must be something wrong with the method. You wish to remind me of this fact, which is why you sent me to view the crystallized Gwenut. Am I right, Elder Servant? That's the way you see it. Interesting. Do you care nothing for the renown of the Parai? She's very egotistical. If you are speaking of renown in the way humans understand it, not so much. Whatever you say, the present-day members of the Order are so very dull. Of course, if there are more interesting individuals like Lumin or Paimon, then that would be a different case entirely. Hehe, a compliment from Servant. Thanks, appreciate the praise, Elder. Can interesting be considered a compliment? Yes. Hold, you can't call her Elder. Sorush, there's no need to be stingy. Servant is the eldest here, so us calling her Elder is reasonable, right? Alright, enough idle chatter. If Sorush still thinks so highly of this human notion of renown, then the training that comes next might be just right. Alright, I await your good news. Bloom. Ooh. Inquisitor Baptist. There was a serpent guy enemy, right? Ah, this one. Yes, Sethek Wenet. Is the Papa of the Wenets. As long as Varina and the Amrita continue to flow, the paradise shall last endlessly through the cycles of life. Ooh. Dude, I'm glad that I don't have to... Well, that these are easy to do. I don't have to do a lot of things to get this done. Expelled boxes, Nari Roda fruits. This seems easy. Maybe we can finish this today. Avoid the rain. Nice. Bloom, 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 bloom. I received a message and I should actually look if it's important, if it's from the Joxy.
behind schedule. The air is just right.
The memory thingy. Nice. Hey, isn't this the place we passed by looking for Mihir? Though Mihir shouldn't be here right now, right? All those thorns, they should be Mihir's companions. They look pretty good, speaking of which, they help us a lot. Floater, didn't you forget all that I have accomplished? No way, you might complain a lot, but you do care about your people, right? What did you do, Sorush? I can't seem to recall. Sorush, the hero of this history. How can you be so forgetful, Yasnapari? I punished you with the task of several more oaths. Haha, Paimon knew it. You got a big bark to go with your soft heart. Malicious slander. I was only here because I wished to earn the chaplet. If the elder hadn't made me come... well, whatever you say, here's part of the reason you even managed to claim the twin horn chaplet. Shouldn't you thank her for that, at least? Her? Bah, for such a figure, only stands and still struggling dustily. I say she would only be worth any merit after another 10 cleansing pilgrimages. 10 is way too many. Wait a minute. On second thought, Paimon thinks it wouldn't be too hard. The path really isn't that long. Really isn't that long. Though the way isn't long, running it repeatedly does make me tired. Should I have accompanied them on their way? Oh, I expected an adventurer to be used to such a life by now. From the name, Paimon thought we would be walking for 10 days and nights. As it turns out, we didn't even need to go that far. The shortness of this trial is making Paimon suspicious. If it wasn't as long as the Oceanic pilgrimage, then perhaps I will respect her. As it stands now, I can only state that the distance of the cleansing pilgrimage suits me here. The Oceanic pilgrimage? After the catastrophe, a great number of Oceanites came from Fontaine to Sumeru, with the path they walked becoming their so-called holy path. Strange, why would the Oceanites need to come to Sumeru? Pilgrimage? A pilgrimage for what? I only heard of such thing from my elder, though there have been Oceanites from Fontaine. I haven't really looked into it. Could it be for the Harvestacum bomb? Right, Sorush said that the Harvestacum Popomskok was the god that let the Parai be born. If honor's a big deal here, then the thing most deserving of it is definitely the Harvestacum. But what's the potential relationship between the Oceanites to water it and the Harvestacum? Don't tell Paimon that Oceanites and Parai are alike, distant related. Looking at you carefully, Paimon really beginning to see the resemblance. Haha, Paimon hasn't discovered any world-shaking secrets, has she? They are not that they're similar. Maybe a bit. The slander flows from your lips again, Floater. I know nothing of any oceanid. You're probably right. Sorush did say that the distance oceanids need to travel for their pilgrimage is far longer than Mihir's cleansing. But if that's true, doesn't that mean that oceanids are stronger than the Parai? Is Sorush admitting defeat? Hehe. What? I didn't mean that. In all seriousness, the cleansing of pilgrimage is not actually tied to distance. It is more of a symbolic affair, showcasing a rise and return to form. That sounds impressive, but regardless, it is irrational to brush up Parai as lesser than the Oceanids. And not because of any bias I may or may not have regarding Mimir. Speaking of which, why did Servant say that the next part of the training was just right for Sorush? It doesn't look like anything special here. Also, Mihir is missing too. Though if she was here, Sorush probably wouldn't talk to her properly either. They are pretty different in a lot of ways. One is round and the other is prickly. Mihir doesn't need a Jasna party. Yeah, she also said that being forgotten is a good thing. That fool, if her existence and her efforts over these centuries are forgotten, then what was it all for? Maybe that's the question that Servant wants Sorush to think about. The continuation of life. It seems that Sorush will still need some time. Nice. The Recollector starts of the Servant. Barina. The Barina that protects the land has the power to purify the defilement. Dude, I almost I was thinking of making a video on Fall Guys since I'm reaching the 40 mark to get all my monies back if I buy the pass wherever. Servant, without knowing, the training has progressed to its latter half. How are things going? You can say we are hitting our stride. There's still some room for improvement. Though when Sorush tells us stories, there really seems to be some self-reflection happening. Dialogue is a good way for Sorush to learn, especially as the people she's talking to are more interesting than those of the Order. Elder, you're being arbitrary. Lumine is remarkable. It's a remarkable Jasnapari, but not all of the Order members are. Perhaps they do have momentarily instances of virtue within sessions of flattery and deception. I see you still need convincing. Convincing? We will let our witnesses, Lumine and Paimon, give a review regarding your performance. Of course, that is after you finish your recounting. Nice, I like that. It was very short. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it, just a party. Oh, they travel across the thing is right. This is very simple. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself, but you can easily avoid the dumb poopy earthy thingy. Very straightforward. Trial success. Nice. I like this loading screen. We are almost close to finish the thingy. Oh, the memorial, right? Memory thingy. Begin trial. Even though they are oh, do they have already the distance to location? Oh, I was going the incorrect way. Huh. Oh. It's so quiet, no one's here. Even if Rashnu was here, it should still be quite quiet. Yeah, but if she was here, we will need to talk softer. She always has that sleepy look on her face, and she didn't seem too happy when we woke her up. When we woke her using the curry drums, Paimon heard that the quieter someone is, the worse it gets when they get angry. Who knows when Rashnu is like when she is enraged. Then should that be true, Ayasna Pari is the one who we should fear the most, yes? Paimon knows her best, though Lumin isn't one for talking, she's too super organized. Ooh, we are the cray demon inside us. I'm about to get mad for real. Rawr. See, not scary at all. Very well, let us serve for a focus. As you behold, this tree is called Barsum, and Rashnu is its familiar, though she is absent right now. And nothing. There are nothing more to say of Rashnu and the Barsum. Feels like you are hiding something, right? About the curry drums. Hiding? Absurd. As for the drums, haven't you already seen them in use? Speaking of which, Paimon remembers Rashnu saying that she's the one who threw the curry drums elsewhere. That really surprised Nasejuna. If Paimon recalls, you were really nervous then, and didn't respond to Nasejuna's questioning. The way it looks now, the other archives were really off the mark. Though playing the drums did wake Rashnu. Palma seems to understand why Sorban doesn't trust the current of their thing so rich. Did they really help? The clues they gave are half truths at best. The current generation of the Order indeed does have some lucky members, but like a tree, no matter how many leaves flourish, there will always be some that will shrivel and dry. Once these dry leaves break and scatter, those that will remain, they will be the ones that can be relied upon. Yes. How did the Order become like this? I also want to know that. It is because I have been with the Order too long that I grew unable to discern the gradual changes. Only when I began to speak with you and the other siders did I realize the Order had changed. It had been a few hundred years. Besides their name being the same, they must have cycled through a few generations of different members already. With the fame I seek, the fame I wish for the Jedi Party to evangelize me, with also rose into this, with everything changed, carrying only hollow title for others to recall. Is that what my elder wishes that I learn? No, it shouldn't be, but... Sorush, there's no need to be down. Maybe Sorban didn't mean that. Seeing Sorush saw the press make Mama feel like she did something wrong. Maybe we should have Sorban cheer her up. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. So we need probably tomorrow. We can do all the Fortnite thingies. And maybe a quick Fall Guys thingy. Oh, Sorush, you appear weary. Did you find any obstacle to your progress? Should we call it an obstacle or a sense of confusion? You recount what was said. I see, however, records of humans deviating from actual reality isn't anything new. There are forgetful and prejudiced people, after all. Considering how vast and complex the affairs of the world generally are, observers might be able to get an overview of the major details, but not be able to grasp the minutiae. Those present during said affairs might be direct witnesses, but still find themselves unable to move beyond their personal subjectivity. That's right. Oh, this doesn't feel very comforting. Oh, so you wish for me to provide some warm words to placate Sorush? Did you forget that this is a part of her training? To be able to overcome problems by oneself, that's the point of training, right? I guess that makes sense. If Sorush cannot meet these tasks successfully, then all that can be said is she is unworthy of the title of a Bloomguard, and will not be able to bear the weight of the twin-horned chaplet. And when the time comes, gentle though I am right now, I can only do what must be done, no matter how cruel. Will you take my chaplet from me? As for the punishment for failure, I suppose you will discover that yourself, should you truly fail. If Sorush doesn't want to be bought, she better try extra hard now. Dude. Are they making fun of my baldness? No. A teleport point. An undiscovered teleport point. Dude. At least they are close together. Come on, let's finish up this event. So I don't have like something in my mind like, ooh, I need to play. The event is ending. I'm going to lose Primogens. Oh, I see the teleport. I thought the teleport thingy was going to be in there, in the upper mountain. So this all was a like a coalesced, crystallized portal thingy, like a scar, right? Scar and Scabby. Rusted Cauldron. We are well. I was going to say we are close to the hollow thing, but yeah. The vines. Everyone running. Oh, I was it. Nice. Trial success. I was going to say maybe we're going to get the history of the Hollow, but well, maybe. To start like the sacrifice or wherever. Bloom, 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 bloom. The order. Nice. Ooh, the best spot. Very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. It has been a familiar sight to me, but now I feel only conflicted thinking about it. On the right side, this maybe means that Sorush has matured, I know not if this is a growth or a decline instead. Cheer up, Sorush. It's not like you to get so down. Right, since we are already here, why don't you tell us about the early story of the Order? Although things are the way they are now, there must have been a point on their establishment, right? Otherwise, servants wouldn't have helped them, and you wouldn't have been drawn to them. Very well, if you wish to listen, I will speak. However, you must know that my birth came after the Order was formed. What happened prior is but hearsay to me as well. It was said that before all that transpired, there were some of absolute impurity and virtue who attempted to spread the word that catastrophe was imminent. But carrying a message does not halt the coming of ruin. Soon darkness washed over the lands as rolling tides, drowning all that lived in fear. Just as we saw of the Setek Wenut, even the strongest creatures were crystallized, perishing during the event. Comparatively with how soft and weak humans are, the resulting scoring cannot be considered a personal failing. But some individuals had arrived, rushing into the maelstrom that was the calamity. Were these people the First Order? Indeed, their leader was Nagarjuna. He was once a researcher who worked in the depths of the woods, but he put roots down here to help alleviate the aftershocks of the catastrophe. Yes, and there was another one with golden hair. Ooh, I knew it. Though my elder spoke little of him, he shouldn't count as an interesting individual, I think. It's a real shame that he only lived a few hundred years ago. If he was still here, Paimon would have loved to see him meet Lumin. Then we can see who's more interesting. We know it's his brother, dude, along with the Aranara. Why are we competing? Well, my victory is assured. Following this, after my birth, the after effects of the catastrophe stabilized. We really were very caught, sleepy thingy. So Rich had nothing to do then. Not entirely, as the field will never be fully eradicated. It is just that noble sacrifices like the ones made by the Divine Bird, Seymour, were no longer needed. What's more, such duties have already been performed by Mihir, Rashnu, and other Parai predating me. After Nagarjuna, the Elder slowly broke off contact with the Order. However, the skeptics themselves remained ever interested in those Parai. But I suppose this is nothing strange. To them, after all, we Parai are heroes worthy of songs and oaths. The strong feelings of admiration we inspire are more than deserved. During that time, I often heard them loudly sing their poems and oaths. And with the passing of time, the scenes of the Divine Bird sacrifice grew even more vivid. Yet my elder treats this as if it was a paltry thing. It sounds like Sorush got bothered up by honeyed words. What? No, impossible. I clearly wanted to imitate the Divine Bird, because I was moved by its passion and will. The only reason why I associated with the Order was because they would tell me about the happiness of years past. Oh, of course, it wasn't like they didn't heap an appropriate amount of praise on me, huh? It's the same story, but told in an exaggerated way to get people's attention. Even Paimon likes listening to exciting stories. Oh, but if their intention was to record actual history, then they definitely did something wrong. Indeed, regardless if it is I or the humans of the Order, those who condition themselves to accept hyperbole as ordinary will see themselves become like this. The Order archives were no longer simple truthful records. Instead, they were filled with all manners of embellishments and subjective opinions. And unknowingly, I began to put renown beyond action itself. Looks like you finally get it. She seems more energetic than she was when she came here. Isn't this a good thing? Hehe, now Servant won't be asking to take the chaplet, will she? Your training is almost at its end. You will definitely win Servant's approval. Nice. Nice. We can not worry about this game for what, maybe 4 days? 4 or 5 days?
The air is just right.
The part was on 2 days. Oh, dude. Oh, it's still... Okay, one more.
We're way behind
We
schedule.
can finish this. Come on. Yeah, you look much happier than when we last spoke. Seems things have gone well. From what I learned doing this task, I have run for now. You are worthy of being called Bloomguard? No, not yet. There's still a final portion of the task that I need to complete. Until all the tasks are done, until your respect is earned, I am not finished. Only then can the Twin Horn Chaplet truly belong to me. Oh, looks like you're actually beyond your rebellious phase after all, just as was claimed. Elder, you still remember that? Forget, I beg of you. Haha, regardless, it's good to see that your spirits have returned. Yumi and Paimon, please be witnesses to the truth of whether Sarush is worthy of the Twin Horn Chaplet. Then I will await you at the end. See you soon. Blum 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 blum. Hello, Aposha, a mysterious celestial phenomenon that manifests in the desert. It seems to have something to do with blah 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 blah. Traverse the land. Ooh. Only because I have to do this trick. Oh, so nice. The color, the brightness. Oh, dude, I was I just remember the Mr. Game Rhapsody, and that is going to be only on PS5. I would say that I need to save for it, but I really not earning enough to have so much savings. But I have enough that, for example, I can pay my dental thingies instead of asking my parents. So there's not much savings actually being made, but we are kind of covering my own expenses. Not all of them, but I don't feel like a lich. A lich king. And I have been eating better. I was trying to descend, but I'm not the solution guy. A glimpse of the Tuninging Hollow. I guess after all we actually get to see what the Tuninging Hollow history is. Oh, I was so down. The Tunigi Hollow. This was the epicenter of the disaster. Ooh. Though all seems gone. It's not hard to think of how things were then. These crystals are huge, a lot bigger than even we knew, and to think it's Sorush's responsibility to handle future problems here. Is this not the most essential duty as a Bloomguard should uphold? In addition, Sorush should also expect this of herself. That's what they say, anyway. Do you not trust me? I did not realize I was at the stage that even the pale flower thinks so little of me. Well, Sorush's arrogance makes its grand return. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Why do both of you still harbor such doubts in me after all our time together? My pride has never been born of blind arrogance. You should be well aware that I fully understand my past mistakes. Before I placed reputation above action, but now as I have learned, this is an act of purest neglect. Just as Seymour became the divine bear through her sacrifice, I will become the Bloomguard by my deeds and hear my name rightfully sung in praise of my service. Additionally, I have completed all the assignments you have given me, Elder. Now even you must admit that I am one worthy of the title of Bloomguard, worthy of the twin-horn chaplet. I indeed have no objection to the choice made by the Varena. Huh? What? Did you expect me to object? No, I merely did not expect you to agree so easily, Elder. I expected a few rough words at least. I'm not nearly so vicious. About the responsibilities of a Bloomguard, I did not actually gain any knowledge from the chaplet. Is this because I still do not embody the traits of the Bloomguard fully? Do I still lack training? For this, the title of Bloomguard might be inherited, but the duties are always variable. I see. To state it simply, there are no fixed rules, and even more, there are no specific judging standards. Usually, the Varena choice is final. Huh? So, you are saying I will not be taking the twin horn chaplet from you? Now you don't need to worry about the top of your head getting cold. Will not or cannot. Missing the point. I understand, this must be part of the test. Seems like Sorush is having an epiphany. You are forgetful one, pale flower. I just said it. To pass this test, besides competence and observation, the most important thing is understanding my past mistakes. Even if the outcome was already determined, will it not be wouldn't it not be retreading the path of folly if I cast aside all that I have learned during training? So I think this must be the last test my elder has left me. To be a worthy Bloomguard, this is but a simple task. This is a sign of your complete trust in me, elder. I didn't expect you to see right through me. The Varena chose well. But your changes, I suppose Lumina Paimon bear some credit for that. Indeed, my esteemed Jasnapari and the Flower are both beings of merit. Though I wish to say that I'm potent enough alone, I believe that with their aid, the extinguishing of the sign of Apasha will be no difficult task. How very reliable, don't forget, Mihir and Rashni will also be able to assist you. Worry not, elder, leave everything to me. Paimon keeps thinking that Sorban might have planned this, but seeing Sorush this happy, Paimon can't really complain. Nice. Yeah, it was a fake path. It was just for him to mature. Claim, claim, claim. Claim, claim, claim. And we are done, guys. Interwoven thorns conceal memories of the past. Then we share the conjoined who are linked by brittle chains. The simple and easy understood truth will also engender new revelations in this most ordinary place. When the state of mind evolves, one can experience unique flashes of insight and epiphanies from commonplace sights and past memories. The importance of this instant is not merely the crystallization of old memories, but also the establishment of the essential characteristics that Bloomguard must possess. Recalling, comprehending, and internalizing this moment is a key aspect of this trial. Nice! I guess we can only do the missions now. I guess I will have to finish also the main mission, that main mission to continue in the future, so I don't get again blocked, PP blocked by this dumb mission requirement. Ooh, some web event rewards. Event ending. Goro. Bless you. Thank you. Anyway, guys, that's all for now. I think I need to finish this one. Maybe, yeah, as I said, maybe tomorrow I will make a Fortnite video. Maybe today, or maybe tomorrow I will be a very quick Fall Guys video for the buying of them. of the seasonal, semi-seasonal pass. Until then, thanks for watching. If you ever watch this, see you later.